Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another fabulous speed build. Today I'm doing something a little bit Halloween inspired, a little bit pink inspired, because for those of you who've been watching me for a while, you know I'm in my pink era and I am absolutely loving being there. But today I am actually building a pink witch's cottage, if you will. I called it a witch's cottage because it just felt right. I don't know if that's actually what this style of home would be considered because it's also kind of giving like pink suburban, but leave me alone. I just wanted to have fun and build something pink, and you know, October 1st is coming up quickly, and on top of that, that brand new Wicked movie is also coming out very soon. And another little piece of lore about myself I may never have dropped on this particular channel before. I went through this like really random, long drawn out obsession with Wicked when I was in like 3rd grade, so I'm pretty excited to see the film. I've heard some good things. I'm excited. So yes, was this inspired by Glinda the Good Witch? Not necessarily. But is it Halloween? Is it a witch's cottage? Is that movie coming out? Absolutely. So, you know, I'm going to put a little picture of Glinda the Good Witch on this thumbnail and enjoy my pink little cottage if it kills me. But this house came out super cute. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, except I furnished it to be a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with a witch's office layer thing, if you will. It's got a cauldron and some bookshelves, a computer, like the whole nine. It actually ends up costing way more than it probably should for such a small house, but I really had a good time building it. Ignore what I'm doing right now. I don't end up putting that little like gondola thingy out there. But this house is pink. I used full advantage of a lot of the Strangerville build assets because I love those doors and windows. I am completely obsessed with them and I think they're gorge. And all in all, it came out really super cute. It's very simple in shape, so it came together rather quickly, but I was really excited to get into like my spooky builds. I've already done a couple like contemporary family style homes with pumpkins all over the place. You know I have, because I just can't help myself. And I have plenty more planned, so if you want to stay tuned for all of those, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And those will be coming out all October long, as well as lots of grand reveals of my Swedish and their costumes. Peach is sitting like right over here, like blown out on her doggy bed. That is also fabulous and pink. I'm going to show it to you guys. Wow, so cute. Oops, I knocked it. I spent a lot of time on the exterior of this build because I was going for this vision, because this house is actually truly, I mean, I know I said it's inspired by Glinda the Good Witch and, you know, spooky builds. It's also pink because I love pink. But believe it or not, I hot girl walk every single day without fail. I'm one of those 10,000 steps a day girlies. If you want to try it, I love doing that. It makes me feel good. It makes my back hurt less, because I find that if I'm sitting way too long, especially working from home now, and also like streaming and editing videos and stuff, if I sit too long, my back is on fire. So I like to get my little steps in, plus I like to listen to my podcasts, and I love an excuse to like walk around all cute in my outfits. And like normally I have like a little Gatorade, like a half and half water Gatorade situation in my Stanley, and just vibe. But on my hot girl walk, I pass a house in my neighborhood that looks just freaking like this one to a T. I ended up changing it out because it didn't translate that well in The Sims, but originally, if you saw at the beginning, I was actually using a half wall as the railing as opposed to actual fencing, and that was like the one thing that kind of made this not look as same as it does in real life. But that's because not everything you want to build in The Sims actually ends up looking good like the way it would in real life. We have moved on into the inside. We're working on the kitchen right now, and for once I want a gold star for this. I actually painted the walls beforehand, and I have been better about doing that, but I normally just take the drywall and replace it with like plain white. But I actually went through because I knew the wallpaper was going to be like a big impact as to how I wanted this to feel, and I didn't want it to feel like grandma cottagey as much as I wanted it to feel like a vibe. I didn't want it to like necessarily feel like older or younger. I wanted it to feel whimsical because it's for a freaking witch, you know? And I just thought that was so cute. The kitchen's one of my favorite parts. I used the Parenthood counter, or the Parenthood backsplash with the cottage living countertops, the growing together stove, and the tile is actually from the new Cozy Bistro kit we got a few weeks ago. And it's some of my favorite tile in the freaking game because it is gorge. Then, of course, I use the pink interior doors from Strangerville, which I actually ended up liking a lot. I was thinking about trying to use like a fun fireplace. I don't know if I ended up keeping it because I built this home a few weeks ago. But I hope I did. That fireplace we have in right now is from the Decor to the Max kit, which is a fun kit. I just don't get to use it a lot because the items in it are very niche. But I have been planning to use that fireplace somewhere in a build coming up, so I didn't use it in this house. I changed it out for this one that came with Realm of Magic because the crystals in it are just so good. The crystal girlies really outdid themselves with this, and I just freaking love it. I think it came out so cute. I try to utilize a lot of the Realm of Magic stuff because I just don't use it a lot. It's really not my favorite in terms of build assets. But again, that's probably because it doesn't really gravitate towards my typical style of gameplay. I am definitely a family style gameplay girly. My favorite thing to build is like a suburban house, like a big suburban house too, like 4 or 5 bedrooms, which I have more of those coming, by the way, in case you were wondering. So it's like fun to get out of my comfort zone, but with that being said, I use a lot of the same stuff. That rug I ended up using in the living room is from Growing Together, and I use that thing all the time. But that's because all the swatches on it are a hit. It's absolutely gorge. We're moving on into like our little office area, and I love, love, love the wallpaper I used. This is one of my favorite wallpapers next to the one we use in the primary bedroom, which is from Paranormal Stuff, but this wallpaper is from the Crystal's Creation Stuff Pack, and it is a slay. I absolutely love it. It fit the vibes perfectly. And then we're moving on into our primary bedroom. Literally, we did not do a lot in this house because this house is teeny, teeny, tiny, but that's because the witch who lives here, she's a girl boss. She sleeps in her ginormous bed all by herself with her cat maybe or her dog. And she's not worried about a goddamn thing except, like, you know, building her business. And she probably makes fun of, like, MLMs, too. Speaking from experience. I'm from a small town, so, like, making fun of people for joining MLMs and then, like, dying on the horse that it is not, in fact, an MLM, just for a few months later for them to, like, either quit or, like, give up on, I don't know what they do. Like, maybe they realize it's an MLM, but then they, like, won't ever acknowledge the fact that it was an MLM, and, like, if you bring it up to them, like, because I will. I've seen these people out of the bar, and I'm like, oh my god, so, like, when you were, like, selling, like, you know, MLM stuff, like, how'd that go? And you're like, I never did that. Like, yeah, there are several Instagram posts to prove you did. But anyway, I'm finishing up my last few details. I know we zoomed around a lot in this house, so there might have missed some of the details, but that is quite alright, my friends, because like usual, we're going to jump in game for a live tour right now. Here we are in the world of Willow Creek, and you can see our cutesy little house right here. Okay, team, we have made it into our house, and I love all the landscaping. I used a mix of some of my favorite base game flowers, as well as these, like, weird little honeycomb-looking ones from Romantic Garden Stuff, as well as these, whatever, I don't really know what you call these, but these ones right here. And I think they came out so good. I love an explosion of pink because, well, I just love pink, and for those of you who know me, you know that. And here is this whole house. I'll show you guys with, like, the grid on in case anyone wants to copy the floor plan. But let's go on into the house. You come up here, we have a nice little porch with, of course, a telescope that's become, like, a staple in my builds. Ignore the clipping of the door. I wanted to use the pretty door, so I went for it. Then we have our, like, formal living room area with, of course, this beautiful little fireplace. I did not put a TV in this build. There is a magic wand, a cauldron, and a computer. What else do you freaking need? I just, you know. Oh, hello. There's a mailbox over here for some reason. Let's just put that over there. Then we come into our kitchen, which I really, really like. I think it's cozy and, like, I want to cook in here. I could imagine putting my cute little, like, KitchenAid mixer and making cookies and just living my life. But then at the same time, if I was a witch, I don't know if I would waste my time with those mundane activities. Then over here we have just like a little hall bath, and this could be a second bedroom if you wanted, but right now it's like an office space slash witch room. I don't know what you would refer to this as, but you know, some place to put the giant cauldron, because when I play with occults or like even weird things like the scientist career where you need the observatory or anything like that, I need a skill building room. I stay needing a skill building room. I think when you're playing The Sims, it is a necessity. That's why I build like a lot of detached garages. That's typically where I just shove all the shit I don't know what to do with. Then we come into our primary room. It's not super like decorated, but it's very small, especially because this bed is just so bulky, but I love this bed. It's gorgeous. It reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast. And I used these little wall hangy things from the plant room kit that I can't think of the name of, but I just like how like whimsical it made it feel. I thought it added something without cluttering the space up too much, because you know you still need your sim to be able to like walk around and stuff. Then on the back porch, I made a little crystal creation jewelry station because I thought that was like a little fun activity. More landscaping. I absolutely love this fence from Strangerville. A crystal charging station, and of course somewhere to grow all of her magical herbs and plants, so you know she can just be the girl boss, which we know she's able to be. But that is the final house. It is available on the gallery. My gallery ID, as always, is just in the description box down below, and it is Tiana305, which is also the code you can enter at checkout if you wanted to possibly support me as a creator. Unfortunately, you do not get a discount with this code, but I do earn a small commission on any of the packs you were to buy, and if you weren't going to use my code, I definitely encourage you to use one of your other favorite creators' codes, because it supports them and, you know, it snatches some of that little money away from EA, like Fight the Power or whatever. But typically your favorite creators probably have a code, and if you're not sure, you can just type in their EA ID and it will tell you. But with that being said, we're at the end of our video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a little thumbs up. Also, are you planning on seeing the new Wicked movie? If you've already seen it when you're watching this video, please don't spoil it for me. I don't have a lot of joy in my life. The Sims, my dogs, matcha, movies I'm excited to see, so please don't take that from me. And if you would like to see the rest of my fall, October, spooky builds, I don't really know what else you want to call them, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know I love when you guys do that. And don't forget to drink your water. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.